My name is Sophia Velez. I live in Fort Collins, Colorado, and I work with college students, helping them pursue their academic endeavors. What does it mean to be biracial? Being biracial is beautiful, right? Like, you represent these multitude of cultures, and on the flip side it can also be challenging because our American society is so focused on labeling people and putting them in a specific box. And if you are biracial or represent different cultures, you don't fit into one box, and so it can be sometimes challenging to navigate what that looks like in society. Thinking back to my childhood, I remember people telling me, well, you're not Mexican enough because you don't speak Spanish, right? And so being biracial, people just don't know how to speak about it or don't know how to confront that difference, and so you might have other people trying to tell you who you are and how you identify. Growing up biracial, I always felt like I was straddling this invisible race line, like I had one foot on each side of that line. When I think about the past, I'm extremely privileged by the color of my skin. Because I have a lighter complexion, I don't experience as much discrimination, but there are a few times where I can think back to several encounters that did happen. So when I was in middle school, a group of friends and I got together to protest current legislation at the time, and so we all were downtown in protest of the legislation. And at that time, my friends were of darker complexion, and so there was a gentleman who passed us in a truck, and he phenotypically identified as white, and when he passed us he said, "Go back to Mexico." And that was just interesting to me because a part of the US at once was Mexico, so it was just conflicting because we are from here, this is where our family is from. On the flip side of that, I was born in Colorado, so why would you just yell that out at somebody if you don't know their story? I think at times I could, throughout my past, I felt less than, but as an adult I don't feel that way anymore. I feel blessed to be biracial because I come from these two amazing cultures, and I feel like that has made my life just so much richer because I enjoy having a playlist that has people from Alan Jackson to Maluma, Osuna, right? Like, it just offers more richness in my life. When my parents were growing up, it was taught that being bilingual wasn't a good thing. It actually was a negative thing to speak multiple languages, and so on my dad's side, my family lost the language because it was frowned upon, and they were even beaten in school for speaking multiple languages. So I think that's one of the pieces of my culture that I'm missing.
My name is Reyes. I live in Aurora, Colorado, and I'm a patient experience ambassador. Coming from an all-white background, for me, we grew up in the mountains, and it was basically an all-white town, but the town right next to us was predominantly all Mexican. So going to school, it was 50-50, and there were hardly any other nationalities. Yes, there have been times that my husband and I have been together and he has been discriminated against. One time we were driving through Texas, and it was really late at night, and my husband pulled into a gas station, and all of a sudden 2 police cars and 2 border patrol cars pulled up on us. And they got out, they surrounded the vehicle. They didn't see me at first. They asked my husband to give him his driver's license, which he did. And then they asked for his green card, which he gave him his green card. And then they said they had to run those. They had physically surrounded him at the pump, and these were big officers. So I grabbed Joseph, and Joseph was about 2 at the time. We got out of the truck, and I, with the biggest southern accent, I said, "Hi y'all, how are you doing tonight?" And once they saw me, their jaws dropped. All of a sudden, 2 of the police officers took off, and the other officer escorted me to the door of the gas station and held the door open for me. I just wonder what would have happened if I hadn't been there.
Being biracial is getting to celebrate so many different holidays.
Being biracial can be dangerous.
Being biracial can be confusing.
Being biracial means people always will find you interesting.
Being biracial means not being defined by one definition.
Being biracial means strength.
Being biracial is experiential.
Being biracial is amazing. Being biracial is having amazing music taste. Being biracial is being able to have different types of styles.
Being biracial is getting to experience so much bomb food. Being biracial means never truly fitting into one category.
Being biracial is unique.